my womanly roar. Yeah! I'm here.
Modern society we live in has been built by men. All the roads you see, all the buildings you see, everything around you, men built.
That is not the flex you think it is. Allow me to finish that sentence for you. Men built the world into the patriarchal society that we exist in today.
What?
The same toxic male-dominated society that we are trying desperately to dismantle piece by piece.
You can't make this shit up.
That way, hopefully, one day we can all coexist in an equal, all-inclusive, harmonious society where our children can go to school without worrying or stressing about being unalived. Period.
Let go.
Not the flex you think it is, Mark. But have a great fucking day, asshole! Bye!
Get out of here.
Men always want to say, oh, you hate men? Who built your iPhone? Who built the world around you? First of all, iPhones break in a year, and the world around me is collapsing, dying, and burning.
Oh my God!
Men have single-handedly murdered the planet, completely destroyed it, and every living thing on it.
And yet, here she is alive and making this TikTok.
You want to brag about that? About how bad of a job you guys are doing?
Stop it. Don't do drugs. Get some help.
The older I get, the more I realize literally everything boils down to like patriarchy, capitalism, white supremacy, one of these things.
Let go.
So I wrote about this for Glamour a few years ago. How I realized this first when I was a climber, that men were like, why can't you do this climb? It's like, you set the routes and y'all are way taller. Duh. Go watch that video, by the way.
Nope.
This idea that the solution is just to make everything equal is fucked up. Her example in that video is about bathroom. Besides all the reasons she mentions, also every mom I know has to use the bathroom all the time. Because apparently if you have a uterus and you birth children, your pelvic floor fucking falls out or some shit. The other night, my mom friend, used the bathroom every half hour. I used it once the whole night because I don't have kids. Do you know how many games, concerts, etc. we missed because we're waiting in the bathroom because men designed this shit? You're a genius. You know, a year ago, I almost crashed my bike because I realized the man who fixed my bike set my brakes for the strength of a man's hands.
Please.
So I had to go back to the shop. Like, once you see it everywhere.
She's crazy.
If I flirted with you this year, I take it back because I'll be honest, I thought the world was ending and I can't be held responsible for any choices I made under those conditions. Thank you.
All I'm trying to do is just love somebody's son, but if God wants me to turn off my emotions and catch bodies like it's World War I, so be it.
She belongs to the streets.
Slightly controversial take. Maybe he's not mansplaining. Maybe he has ADHD and he's just talking.
Get out of here.
Okay, so I just had to make this video because I had an epiphany. So you know how like every decade or so there are really popular like baby names for boys and girls, okay? Sometimes it's, you know, Megan or Brandon or whatever. Well, I believe personally that there's a whole generation of today's men that were given the wrong name and that their name should really be Boo.
What?
You might say, well, why? Why would their name be Boo? Well, because they identify as ghosts.
Bitch, what?
You know, they disappear on you all the time. They are transparent in their BS and they make a lot of noise, but don't really say a whole lot. There's no substance. So yeah, I think this generation was completely named the wrong thing. So if you see me walking and I've got a little tag that says Boo on it, just know that I'm not looking for another Boo.
Bitch, please.
So if you're going to ask me out, the first thing I'm going to say is, are you a Boo? Bye. Take care.
You can't make this stuff up.
This is absolute crap. What happened to real men? What happened to men?
Honey, real men are still around. The problem is toxic masculinity is no longer acceptable, which changes the standard of what actual masculinity looks like. You see, I'm married to a real man, a head of the household, a breadwinner. But he's also sensitive, well-read, and emotionally intelligent.
Beta!
And gives great head.
What?
You see, the type of masculinity that you're hoping to bring back is actually emotionally abusive. And while some women want to live in the reality of being gaslit and controlled by their men, a lot of us really just want equality while still maintaining traditional gender roles.
That is bullshit.
And the rest of society probably just doesn't want to deal with the abusive actions of these so-called traditionally toxic men.
Get out of here! This shit, I'm out.
Hear my womanly roar. Yeah.